Well, if you are like me, you eat buffalo wings one time a year, and that would be for the Super Bowl. And so I have been making buffalo wings at home for the Super Bowl for about 25 years now. And I have tried every way under the sun to make these wings good. And I have brined them, I battered them, I fried them, I baked them. And finally, I have come up with a really good way to make a nice crispy buffalo wing, crispy on the outside and then tender and moist on the inside. So I'd like to share with you a few tips so you can do it too. And so first you'll want to cut down through the joint of the wings and separate them. We don't really need the tip, and you can use that to make a stock later. And we'll put these on a rack with the heavy skin side up. You'll notice that the wings have a side to them which is very thick skin, so put that side up and make sure you're not using frozen wings or wings that are right out of the refrigerator. We don't want really cold wings. A lot of times if you're buying your wings at the grocery store the day you plan to make them, they might still be a little bit frozen because they come in to the stores frozen. And now we just want to season them pretty good with some salt. And I like to use a little bit of garlic powder and some black pepper. You know, just be creative, make it your own. And so we're not going to batter these. We're just going to put them in a bag with some cornstarch and bread flour, or you can use all-purpose flour too. Just use one part of each. I typically use a half a cup of each. And just shake them until they're lightly coated, and then shake off any excess. You don't want too much on here because it's going to end up in your oil if there's too much on there. And then take whatever pot you're going to use and fill it up 1/3 of the way with a high smoke point oil. I like to use peanut oil. You want to get it up to about 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can even go over that a little bit because when we put those wings in there it's going to cool the oil down a little bit. But it's very important that that oil be at least 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I am actually going to use a little deep fryer. I think this works really well, but you can use a pot of some sort. Just make sure your oil is hot. I like these deep fryers because you can control the temperature. Of course you can fry in it because it comes with a little basket, but you can use that basket to steam vegetables as well and make soup. There's more things you can use a fryer for. So while our wings are sitting out with the cornstarch and flour mixture and our oil is heating up, you can go ahead and make your sauce. Now we'll start by melting some butter, and I'll put the ingredients for you here and below the video if you like. Now if you use more butter than I'm calling for in this recipe, it will make your sauce less hot. And to that you'll add the hot sauce and the smoked paprika, the cayenne pepper, the black pepper, the salt, and the minced garlic, along with the dark brown sugar. And I like to put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in here too, but that's not really typical of a buffalo wing sauce. It gives it a little more tang, and I like that. So that is completely optional. And on about medium-low heat, we'll let this simmer for about 10 minutes, and we'll just pop it right in here into a little pint-sized jar. And you can actually make this the day ahead of time and put it in the refrigerator and have it ready to go. So now we are ready to fry the wings, and I like this little basket because it keeps the wings from touching the bottom. Just be careful when you're putting your wings in. Do it very slowly, and that will help keep some of that cornstarch and flour mixture on the wing itself. Okay, some of that will fall off, but we want to try to keep it on there because that's going to hold our sauce real good. Now when they begin to float, then that's telling you that they are almost done. I usually cook them about 3 more minutes past the time they start to float. And you notice that I'm cooking the same parts together because they get done at different times. So I'll cook all the drumettes together as well. And when you're draining them, leave that heavy skin side up so that it will be nice and crisp, and put them on a rack in a single layer. I like to let them drain in the basket for about 30 seconds first. So you see here how they're floating, and I'll just go ahead again and remove these and put these, the heavy skin side up. So now after you fried them one time, you can fry them again right before you eat them. So I like to put just as whatever I want for a serving in there. You can put up to about 8 to 12. It just depends on how big your fryer is. No real big concern about overcrowding it at this point. And just go ahead and fry them for about another 1 to 2 minutes. That's really going to crisp up that skin on the outside and make them really, really nice. So don't forget this step, okay? And now we can use our sauce. I like to just toss them in a little bit of sauce. And this time I think I made about 8. So make sure you have a good sauce there ready to go. And now it's time to serve them up. I like mine with some blue cheese dressing. And so just to recap the 8 tips that will ensure that you have some really good wings. Don't use real cold wings straight out of the refrigerator, or make sure they are not frozen. There's no need to batter them. Make sure that your oil is very hot. Place them slowly in the oil. Look for them to float. Drain them in a single layer. Fry them 2 times and serve them with a really good sauce. And I didn't stress this when I was showing you how to make the sauce, but Frank's hot sauce makes the best, I think, buffalo wing sauce. So give that a try. And thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a beautiful day.